Hi, this is Richard, and if you're receiving this newsletter or hearing this video, there's a good chance that you're already aware of and in some way involved in AI. You're probably using AI in your business already. But what about the rest of the team? How do you get the rest of the team on board? How do you make sure that everyone is using it to the best of their ability? And how do you make sure that the rest of the team gets the training they need? Well, in this newsletter, I've got two things for you. I've got, first of all, a checklist of things to look for from an AI training provider, some things that you want to make sure they've got in place in order to make sure that the training goes well, in particular making sure that your team are on board as they learn the training. Now, of course, I offer AI training, so of course I have my answers to those questions on there as well. But you might want to check them against anyone else that you think of employing, because the checklist works in its own right, and they're questions you might well want to ask of people. Secondly, however, my training is excellent. My training will get you through will get you from a position of being a beginner to being able to use AI in a really to really high level. But I've got something else for you this week, because some people don't want to pay for my training. Some people, particularly if they're bringing their team on board, they don't want to pay for AI governance training that maybe people aren't particularly signed up to. Maybe people are reluctant to be involved in. And if they're paying for that, then it feels like a compliance burden. So what if you could get some of the best training on AI, particularly in building workflows, going from through a structured program from white to black belt in building workflows, every skill building on each other. We could do that for every single role in your organization. And you could also do similar structured training for building agents, how to and why you should build an agent. You could do both of those things over the course of a week. It would be live and it would be free. That's something I'm able to offer you this month. My mentor for all things AI is offering something that is unique. It is valuable training that you can go through live. You have to turn up live, you have to be there each day. But if you do that, you will get some of the best training you will find anywhere. I've been through it myself. I paid for it myself, and it is excellent. So there's a link below to do that training. I would recommend it. I'd recommend it to anyone. It is free of charge. You'll see the benefit. I think once you've seen the benefit, you'll see why I get quite passionate about these things. I get passionate about being independent of any AI supplier, so that you can choose where you go to for your AI solutions. Why I'm quite passionate about building rather than necessarily relying on third parties, because most of the things that we do, we are the experts in. We're the lawyers. We're the people who understand what the business needs. And if you can build something that services that need, that's going to be better than anything that you get from a third party that you need to sort of tailor to your business. By the end of the week, if you've been through the training that is on offer, and it's for a short time, it's only this month, if you've been through that training, you will be able to build solutions for your business. Whatever AI you've got, whether it's Copilot, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's Gemini, whether it's the free version, you'll be able to create tools that solve real problems. And if you take the whole of your team through it, all of your team will be able to do that. And it is some of the best training I've seen anywhere. So I would recommend it to anyone who is serious about using AI in their business. So I don't usually do a sales pitch in this session. There is something useful I'm giving to you as well, which is a checklist. When you come to a training provider, the sorts of questions you should be asking, the sorts of answers that you want to be looking for, things to avoid, and that is below this video. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoy the rest of the newsletter and look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks very much.